They say it's like a wives'
A
tale.
wives' tale. Yeah, that's not accurate.
Okay, thank God, because I've had a vested interest in believing that because my mom's dad was bald as can be, and my dad has like a ton of hair.
Somebody told me that drinking a couple times every week and doing cocaine sometime, not a lot, not too much, but every once in a while was good for your hair.
Was that person a doctor?
He was a cool guy.
Was he head of Health and Human Services at least?
No, he had a lot of good business ideas. That's what I also remember about. Yeah. No, I think that's right, Dick. Just a responsible amount of cocaine. You can't go too hard.
Don't go nuts.
Little bits. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get thin and attractive.
Yeah.
What could make you lose your hair is if you had the blessing that was the ability to name your son something after what Jeff Bridges told you to, stolen from you. So I think your wife should take that into account. Is this the kind of stress she wants to put your hairline under? Not letting you name little.
That's not what true
Johnny?
love would be.
That's not what true love would be. True love would be letting you do cocaine a couple times a week.
That's way too much. That's way too much.
Drink a few times a week, cocaine once a week at most.
Yeah.
And only when other people around have it. Yeah. But then
how do you find a coke dealer? I wouldn't even know where to start.
You just find people who are really into coke and they know
like hypothetically or what?
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, my go-to idea is always to go Steve Buscemi with the skateboard and walk around college. Hey, fellow kids, where's the pot?
Don't do that. Do the opposite of that.
Listen, Dick, you can't just be against something. You have to be for something better. If you can top that idea, I'm all ears.
We do know a coke dealer from the Patreon.
I don't know.
Get it in the mail. Do you think that's better than mine?
Yeah, get it in the mail. You go to real prison. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe he's stealing valor. Maybe he's stealing coke dealer valor. Could just be spinning a web of lies.
I've seen him sell it on live stream, but okay.
I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen the drugs with my
homie live streams himself doing coke deals. It's hilarious. he's just outside his fucking apartment in a lawn chair, and some shady person comes by and he's like doing a drug deal and I'm like, why are y'all watching this?
This guy's amazing. He's a Patreon. He comes every month, which by the way, I think is this weekend. And he inherited a large sum of money. Do you guys remember how much it was?
Oh, at $850.
800. Yeah.
800.
Wait, is he that meth guy? Did I meet him on this show? He's talking about mixing meth.
Different.
No. You're thinking of Meth Head Matt. This is a different person on our show's universe. This person here is just a fan, and he inherited $800,000, and he spent it almost all of it on hookers and blow. And by the way, the hookers, exotic. Some of them have penises, but you wouldn't know it by looking at them.
A lot of hookers.
Yeah.
Woody wouldn't know it though.
He's not a casual. And anyway, as he starts running out of money and he needs a plan for his future, he's become a cocaine dealer. That's like how he's hedging, running low on cash. And well, it's not how I would counsel him to go.
Like a hooker mutual fund.
So yeah, this is the world I live in.
Yep.
Hey, Mom, I'm glad you like the show.
The TNA 500. Yeah, he's investing in hookers and cocaine. And from what I could tell when he was talking to the other patrons who seemed
proof,
a couple people seem to know a good bit about selling coke, which is such a funny group of guys in there because he's like, dude, I'm spending this much a week on coke and I'm doing this much. Like he says the amount and then like the amount of grams or whatever he's doing a week. And immediately someone else goes, hey, don't mean to butt in here, but I sold cocaine for a long time and you're definitely eating like all your profit. Like you're barely above water if you're doing this. And he's like, no, I'm not, dude. You don't know what it costs.
Yeah, that's the point, idiot. That's why I'm selling the coke in the first place.
It is.
I'm doing it because I'm addicted to coke.
I think he got a 9 to 5 too. He got like a 9 to 5. The coke selling is just to support his coke use. Yeah. Like he made that a non-net negative in his finances by selling a little extra on the side outside. Literally on the side of his house.
It's cool when you can finance your hobby with your hobby, you know.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes. Make your vocation your vacation.
So true. In what better way than by spending $800,000 on prostitutes and coke.
Dude,
becoming a coke.
Can you imagine the amount of fun that must have been, though? It had to be. It's been a hell of a time, you know. $800,000 on prostitutes and drugs, traveling the world.
His way out of this might be a memoir. If he's a good writer, he can write a good memoir. I don't know.
His resume.
It might not be. I mean, I bet it would take some aggressive editing because he's going to be on coke, so he's not going to be. You know, he's going to be pretty garrulous. He's just going to keep writing and writing and writing. But maybe that's a good path.
Dick, how different is coke compared to Adderall? I've heard them.
Oh, they're very similar.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because some people take it in like both of them and then freak out and don't want to talk. Like people think it makes you really chatty and gregarious, like 80s movies, but it makes a lot of people like clam up and seize up. I don't know. People take it before they perform and they always fuck up because then they get tongue tied and can't really talk.
Comedians performing we're talking about?
Yeah, anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, comedians,
singers.
That singers.
Explain the Blues Brothers.
What's that?
Explain the Blues Brothers. Like they were fueled by cocaine. That movie had a cocaine budget. Yeah, I think usually cocaine is like short lived, whereas Adderall can be hours and hours of fun.
Yeah, people usually take cocaine with alcohol too, which becomes a different drug than just either on their own. So I think a lot of people probably associate the wildness and like just franticness with mixing them.
With the alcohol making it the next level up of intensity.
Yeah, Adderall just is like, I can see how you get locked into stuff, but then I read something that said you do get locked in, but the locked in benefits are counteracted by everything you doing being totally wrong and fucked up, so that in the end it's not that much more productive than just being sober, which in my experience is 100% right. You do Adderall, sit there for 4 hours, and then say, well, I don't know why I spent 90% of that time like rewriting this widget on a program that was perfectly fine the way it was. Now,
but at least my Spotify playlist is organized.
Yeah. Good job.
You got no work done, but your kitchen is spotless.
Well, now my jaw hurts and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, with something creative like that, yeah, that's definitely true. But like, then you've got the Blitzkrieg. So sometimes I think it can help you get some shit done.
I think that was more meth.
I thought we were talking about meth.
Adderall isn't like
an
crystal meth, right?
Yeah, it is. It's so close. It's closer than we are to chimps. It's Adderall. Adderall is crystal fucking meth. Yeah,
I always imagined crystal meth having a much shorter duration, much higher spike. But I've never done crystal meth.
I haven't either. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. And the stuff that the Nazis were handing out and us, the Allies, were handing out was just methamphetamine.
Yeah,
they'd be up for 2 or 3 days straight.
What is generic Adderall called? Like
amphetamine salt. Yeah, it's the same stuff. It'll get you. You'll go, and you'll want some more. Like I can't think of a better drug for if you had to get some shit done, like invade France.
Yeah. So you don't like being on Adderall? You'd prefer being on cocaine, Dick? 100%.
Well, I prefer being sober, but I gotta do something.
That comes by default. I don't know what that's your preference. Why it's hard to achieve.
It's just too hard. Liquor's the best one. I don't know, man. Doing hard drugs I'm too fucking old for that shit. It takes me all the next day takes me 2 days to recover. Like to start thinking again. Liquor,
taste of liquor.
Do I like the taste of liquor?
Yes.
I love it. What do you mean? Do I like the taste?
I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I hate the taste, and I don't really like being drunk, and I really hate being sick afterwards, which I get super easily. I have a hard time getting any kind of buzz without the other side of it being so much worse than the high was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gets worse. The hangovers get worse every year. So,
is that, you think it's an age thing or an
alcohol
thing? Okay.
Yeah, it gets real. There was a time when I'd be the hangover be over at like 3 for me, and then it went to 6, and then it went to the next day, and now I'm back to 3, but it's just the next day. It gets worse. So you just have to drink more at the front to have more fun to make up for the longer hangover.